Operation Market Garden was an unsuccessful World War II military operation fought in the Netherlands from 17 to 25th September 1944. It was the brainchild of Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery, strongly supported by Winston Churchill and Franklin Roosevelt. Market Garden consisted of two sub-operations: Market, an airborne assault to seize key bridges, and Garden, a ground attack moving over seized bridges, creating the salient. The airborne operation was undertaken by the 1st Allied Airborne Army, with the land operation by the 30th Corps of the British 2nd Army. The objective was to create a 64-mile salient into German territory with a bridgehead over the River Rhine, creating an Allied invasion route into northern Germany. This was to be achieved by seizing a series of 9 bridges with airborne forces, with land forces swiftly following over the bridges. The operation succeeded in liberating the Dutch cities of Eindhoven and Nijmegen, along with many towns, creating a 60-mile salient into German-held territory, limiting V2 rocket launching sites. It failed, however, to secure a bridgehead over the Rhine, with the advance being halted at the river. The Allies had failed to cross the Rhine. The river remained a barrier to their advance into Germany until offensives at Remagen, Oppenheim, and Ries and Wessel in March 1945. The failure of Operation Market Garden to form a foothold over the Rhine ended Allied hopes of finishing the war by Christmas 1944. There was a high amount of casualties and losses during the operation. Between 15,326 and 17,200 Allied soldiers were killed, wounded, and captured. 88 Allied tanks were destroyed and 377 aircraft and gliders were lost. Also, the Germans suffered a high amount of casualties. Between 6,315 and 13,000 were killed and wounded. 16,000 were captured, 30 tanks and self-propelled guns were destroyed, and 159 aircraft were taken down. The attack was the largest airborne operation up to that point in World War II. Alright, so the first find is going to be a 30-06. It was a live round. It's broken, so it's only the top. As you can see, this is a bullet completely rusted and still part of the shell casing itself right there. But that's a really nice find, especially in a location like this. So let's carry on and see what we can find more. Okay, so I just found 3 of these fuse protection caps. They are actually in pretty good condition. If you find them, there's a thick layer of rust on it. But if you use your knife and just hammer on it like that, they look really nice. And you just found one as well.
Yep. The rust is coming off.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna look nice after that. The Ordnance quick-firing 25-pounder. Or more simply, 25-pounder, was the major British field gun and howitzer during the Second World War, processing a 3.45-inch caliber. It was introduced into service just before the war started, combining a both high angle and direct fire abilities, a relatively high rate of fire, and a reasonably lethal shell in a highly mobile piece. Initial production was slow, but by 1945, over 12,000 had been manufactured. The 25-pounder was probably the most outstanding field artillery piece used by the British and Commonwealth forces during the Second World War, being durable, easy to operate, and versatile. The 25-pounder fired separate or 2-part ammunition. The projectile was loaded separately from the propelling charge in its usually brass cartridge case with its integral primer. Typically, for a quick-firing gun, the cartridge case provided obstruction. The 25-pounder was the main field artillery weapon used by the British Commonwealth and colonial infantry and armored divisions of all types during the Second World War. It was also used by the RAF regiment in North Africa. Throughout the war, each British pattern infantry division was established with 72 25-pounders in 3 field artillery regiments. Armored divisions were eventually standardized with 2 field artillery regiments, one of which self-propelled. So I got invited by him to search on this field, and you just found something really interesting.
This is a plate for a flak harness for a glider pilot.
That's really cool.
So,
that's a really nice find.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty rare to find as well.
Yeah, some people find the whole harness with the clock still on it and buttons and stuff. But yeah, this is just a piece of it.
That's really cool. That's an awesome find.
Yep.
Okay, so I just got another signal in the same hole. So we're gonna see what it is. Take a look. Just what I thought. It's another fuse protection cap. Just hammer on it like that. And I think, yeah, see that? That's the way to clean it. See that? That is really, really nice. So we got 4 of them right now. That's awesome, especially in a drop zone. And I'm wearing a fitting jacket. As you can see, I found quite a few of them right now. And this is amazing. This is really, really cool. Right here, I'm now going up that way. I'm gonna fill up this hole again and we'll carry on. Alright, just had a pretty small signal and I found another cap, and this one is actually in really good condition. So that's another really cool find. Another find really close to the other one. It's a 45 bullet, so Thompson or Colt 45. That's a really cool find. And can you imagine? Market garden. This is where it happened. Got a good signal? What did you find? Bullets? Something. Looks like a shell casing. Might be a shell casing.
I think it's a piece of glider. And
Might be.
Not recognizable. Piece of aluminum.
Interesting.
Yep.
Just found another 45 right there, and next find is going to be a M1 carbine. So that's really interesting. So they probably lost this ammunition while jumping. This was right on top of the surface. Remains of a tube, maybe shaving cream or toothpaste. Just found a very small piece of aluminum. What is green on one side, and on this side it's normal aluminum color. You can see it's melted a little bit. A Dakota crashed right over there, so pretty close to where we are right now. So this has to be a piece of it. Part of the crew jumped out and the rest died in the crash. But yeah, that's a very, very interesting small piece of aluminum. Just had a very, very good signal. And it turned out to be a 50 cal, and these are always really nice to find. So that's another amazing find. I actually like every single find on this field because it's market garden, come on. All right, just found this, and it's pretty interesting. It's some kind of plate, might be from a field radio or maybe from the Dakota, I'm not sure, but it's really interesting. It says 98 or 86, not sure yet, but yeah, I think it might be from a radio or something. Having a coffee break right now, pretty crazy. Just drinking coffee in the market garden drop zone. Just thinking about all the parachutes in the sky, planes coming down. This is where it happened. Just look at the sky and imagine. Yeah. So, not even the finds, but only being here is already enough. Alright, just had a very good signal right there, and this is what I found. I'm not sure what it is. It looks pretty interesting. Looks like it's melted right there. I'm sure it's from the Second World War, but at this moment I don't know what it is. And Mike just found this. And this is from the gliders. The gliders landed right here, and there were chains attached to it, and the Jeeps were attached to that. He just gave it to me, so of course I couldn't refuse. He already has a lot of them, and he gave it to me, so I'm really, really happy with that. It's amazing. And like I said before, from a location like this, it's priceless. So this is really, really nice. And I just found this. And I think it might be from a meter, you know, that the thing would be right there that goes boop, 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 you know what I mean? I just don't know the word at this moment, but I think that's what it is. It really looks like it. I mean, it's aluminum, so it's a really interesting find. We just found some melted glass over there, and right here, just had a good signal, and look at this. It's a coin, but it's completely burned. So that's probably from a crashed plane. I mean, it has to be. Part of the coin is missing. Hopefully we can clean it up, but as you can see, this is completely burned. It's hard stuff. All this sand melted to it. So, but wow, that's an interesting find. And I just found a bullet, and look at the condition. And I didn't even clean it, but yeah, the condition is really, really good. Just found another piece of melted aluminum. It's definitely from the gliders or from the crashed Dakota. Just found some kind of tag. Not sure what it is. Has a number in it. 60 or 09. More aircraft aluminum. Black paint. And you can see a hole right there with the small nails. So a typical aircraft aluminum. Right, just found a square plate for a flak jacket. One piece. It's not in the best condition, but it's a really, really interesting find. So you found some nice stuff on the edge of the forest?
Yeah.
Take a look at that. That's really cool. Oh, it still has the
Still has rings
yeah.
on the belt. From
look at that. That's on the M1 Garand.
yeah, it's the brass version, so it's probably from a
Oh, you got two of them.
Yeah, 1917 model.
That's really nice.
And this is the ring that goes with it.
Great condition too. Look at that. That's some really good stuff. All right, so this is a really cool find. Right in the edge of the field, just found this hook from a life jacket, and it's in really good condition. It's broken right there, but yeah, this is the best find for me so far. That's really cool. Just found a really nice World War II toothpaste tube. It was folded really small and the color is still really nice. Prodent toothpaste. That's a great find. Market Garden toothpaste. Just found a 30-06 life round. Well, it's not a life round anymore because it's broken. But yeah, that's really cool. 30-06 lost by the paratroopers.
Even naar achter, want dan gaat het echt
Ja.
Ja.
Wow. Lekker warm?
Ja, dat wel.
Zo.
Ja, dat was het dan. Ja,
Oh, ja, dat was het. Niks. Ja.
Want ik straks probeert dat vliegtuig niet te landen. Denk je dat het signaal krijgt dat hij omlaag moet. Ook signaal.
Kijken. 50 jaar aan de grond, hè?
Ja.
This is something really cool that he just found.
This is an inflator from a life jacket from the paratroopers or a glider pilot.
And it's still in really good condition. Look at that. That is really cool. And I bet it's gonna clean up really nice.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Alright, just found this one, but it's still in really good condition. It's still green, and it's package material from a 25 pounder ammo boxes. Just look at the condition, it's unbelievable. Still green, right?
Yeah, it's almost new, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was just trash, but it's not. It's definitely not. Wow, that's awesome. I actually don't know where to start because we have so much amazing history right here. And of course, the first thing you probably immediately notice are these buckles for the parachutes. These were found by Mike before we arrived. He gave them to me because he already had hundreds of them, he said. So of course I'm extremely happy with that because these are real parachute buckles from the 101st Airborne drop zone in Market Garden. How amazing is that? Look at this. Of course they were more rusty. I cleaned them up a bit and you can see right there still a lot of green paint. That is very, very, very special. Can you imagine that these buckles were once high in the sky, coming down? If you think about that, that is so extremely amazing. I mean, look at this, guys. These are real Market Garden buckles from the parachutes from the 101st Airborne Division. And look at this right there. You can even still see a little bit of the parachute silk right there. This one also, a very, very nice one. They're all nice. And this one, of course, is really, really cool. It still has a rope attached. A lot of times it's still in very good condition, even after so many years under the ground. Look at that. This is the original rope, once high in the sky, going down in enemy territory. Operation Market Garden, 101st Airborne. This is so extremely special. Something like this is absolutely priceless. I mean, you can buy stuff like this and it's also very, very cool. But if you are at the spot yourself and you find this stuff, you cannot get it any more real than that. So yeah, these buckles, together with every single find, are priceless. Here we have this awesome item. I'm not gonna clean this item any further because I do not want it to fall apart, but this is from the gliders. A chain would be attached to this and that chain would be attached to the Jeep. I couldn't find a good picture to actually show you, but that's what it is, and it's again, very, very special. Right here we have some aircraft stuff. This is from electricity, and this is stainless steel, has no markings on it, but yeah, also from the aircraft. This piece still has paint on it, as you can see. I'm gonna give you a close-up, but look at that. It still has the original paint right there. This is a very, very nice piece. This is from one of the gliders, and the amazing thing about it is that, can you see that? It is still green right there. All around it, you can see remains of green paint.
this piece, it's very interesting to see that it's completely melted. Can you see that? So it's completely burned right there. You can still see a little bit of burned sand right there, but a plane crashed right there and it completely burned. Can you see all the small bubbles right there? Here we have what I still think is a meter. It has white paint, as you can see. So that is also a very, very special find. Right here we have more aircraft aluminum. It even has a small piece of cloth right there attached. Pretty sure this is also from the plane. Yeah, this is all aircraft aluminum. This again right here, you can see it's completely melted. This one is also completely melted. I really like this toothpaste tube as well. It's a Dutch toothpaste tube from the Second World War. A lot of times you find stuff like this on German and Allied positions. They of course used everything they could find. And this one, well, it's just a small piece, but this one is also from the Second World War. We got remains of a tube. I believe it's gonna be shaving cream. This is lead because it's pretty heavy. I'm pretty sure this one actually comes from the United States. So that is typical World War II. And right here we have another small tube, remains of it. Still a little bit of text on it right there. Here we have remains of two 30-06 rounds, life rounds. As you can see, they were life rounds because there's no dent in the primer, so they were not fired. So these were lost during the jump. They are both marked with SL, which is St. Louis, and the one on the left is marked with 4, and only a 4 means 1944, and the one on the right is marked 43, which of course means 1943. Still in pretty good condition, except that of course it's broken by the plow. It's a little bit powder in there, as you can see. But yeah, too bad they're broken by the plow, but still very nice finds. We got a couple bullets right here. This was also a life round. As you can see, it still has a remains of a shell casing right there. It's broken again by the plow. This was a M1 carbine life round. And here we have the 50 cal bullet. This one was actually fired, as you can see by the stripes right there from turning around in the barrel. This is also a very interesting find. It's a steel nose from a boot. There was a lot of ash in there, so it was completely burned. For a lot of people, this looks like nothing, but this is actually part of a equipment hook. If you don't know what I mean, I can show you an example right here. That is what this is. So yeah, makes it a lot more interesting. Here we have two 45 bullets, not in the best condition, but again, from a location like this, it doesn't matter. This is unknown to me. Some kind of tag with a number, 760. Could be from a cow, could be from a plane, I don't know. This is also an interesting item. I don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's also from the Second World War. Might be from a life vest or something else, equipment related. Looks like it's something that you should pull. There would be a cord attached to it and you pull it or something. I don't know. If you know, please leave a comment, but yeah, it's an interesting item. This is very, very nice. The buckle from the life vest, it's in very, very nice condition. I keep saying it from a location like that. It's just priceless. This is such an amazing piece of history. If you just think about this, this was on someone when he was sitting in the plane, when he jumped at Market Garden, when he landed, he dropped his equipment, or maybe the plane crashed. You just don't know what happened. This is so amazing. Look at that. That's a beautiful piece of history right there. I still don't know what this is. This is a very strange item. I've seen it before. I do recognize the shape, but I have no clue what this is. So if you know what this is, please leave a comment. This one is also very nice. Look at that. The condition is unbelievable. It's completely green still. It's very heavy. It's great quality. So this is for the racks that they had in the ammo boxes. Just screw it like that. So many years ago, they all landed on the field right there, and the ammo landed there as well. And they just grabbed the boxes, they opened them up and just unscrewed this, and that's when it got thrown away, and we found it after so many years. These are also really interesting. Remains of two medical bottles. There would go a needle in there and in there. Too bad they're broken because of the plow, of course, but still very nice. Here we have more stuff from the plane crash. As you can see, very thick glass. And also right here, we're talking about glass. Look at this. Also found where the plane crashed. This right here is melted glass. Can you see that? Look, just look at this. Completely melted. Even the sand is just melted to it. Can you imagine the heat? Also something interesting, you can see the ground right there. You can see that it was laying like this. What you see right there is the drop zone ground, frozen in time. Of course, let's not forget about this. It just looks like a square piece of iron because that's what it is. It is a square piece of iron. I'm not gonna clean it anymore because it's very thin and I really do not want it to fall apart. And there's nothing on it, so, but yeah, this is a part from a flak jacket. So that is, of course, again, very, very special. It's just one small rusty piece, but the history attached to this is insane. This is also a pretty interesting item. I'm pretty sure this is also from the plane. It's melted on the left and on the right. There is a number on it, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be from the plane. Of course, right here we have all the fuse protection caps from the 25 pounder. This one is still really, really nice. It even has the black paint still on it. This one is in really, really good condition. This one is also still in great condition. See that? That is really, really nice. Also on the inside. Yeah, really, really cool. Some of these actually had like a ball of rust around it. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way they look right now. And of course, this is a very, very special find. This is a World War II coin, completely melted. This right there is not oxidation, but it's actually sand melted to the coin. If you take a look closer right there, you can see that the coin is completely melted. Also on this side, see that? There's even a drop right there. That is unbelievable. If I would do my best, it would be possible to take the sand off, but I'm not gonna do that because it's part of history. This is the original Market Garden ground, melted to the coin, so I'm gonna keep it that way. At this moment, I still do not know exactly what kind of coin it is. I'm guessing British. We can see two letters right there, I believe NA. If you can identify this coin, please let me know. I also found these two items on the field. I wasn't sure what they are, I still don't know, but I just took them just to be sure. It's probably gonna be pre-war and probably has nothing to do with war at all, but yeah, I just took it just to be sure. Also something that I took, and that's very, very special as well, is this. That's original Market Garden soil. This came out of the hole where I found a lot of these caps. So this is 100% the original ground where they dropped. This is original Market Garden sand right here. So of course I'm gonna put this in a nice jar or a glass bottle. I'm gonna label it and it's gonna be perfect for display because this is very, very special as well. Right guys, what an amazing experience it was. Just standing on the fields right there on the 101st Airborne drop zone at Market Garden is already enough, but even finding items that were lost or dumped there so many years ago is just amazing. If you stand there in a field like that and you close your eyes and you truly think about the stuff that happened there, it's a feeling that you cannot describe. Such a huge historical operation, and we just went there and found stuff on the drop zone itself. Also, Mike, the guy who invited us to go search on the drop zones right there, doesn't live too far away from it and is finding a lot of stuff right there. Not too long ago, he found a complete flak jacket, as you can see behind me right there. That is what he found. How amazing is that? And look at this. So lucky. He found so much amazing stuff. Just look at this. Look at all this stuff right here. This is some of the stuff that he found on the drop zones, and there's so much more to find right there. Of course, he lives close to the drop zone, so he can go there a lot of times and he finds a lot of amazing stuff. He wants us to go back there again, and I really want to. At this moment, I'm a little bit busy, but I will go back there and we will search for more evidence of Market Garden. Well guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did like the video, please leave a like and a comment. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.